Hey everyone, this is Dan Ryckert. We're here with Super Replay, and I'm here with Tim Turi.
Hello.
And we are going to play Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. And basically, the idea behind Super Replay is there are some games we feel that the standard replay format won't do justice to.
Right.
We get people that ask for stuff like Mario 64 or Ocarina of Time, and those are just huge, important games, and there's no way we could sum them all up in 30 minutes.
Yeah. Wouldn't do them justice to truncate them into a 20-minute replay.
Right. So basically what we're doing with Super Replay is we're going to take Link to the Past and we are going to play the entire game from beginning to end. No edits. We're going to do every dungeon. So we don't know how many segments this is going to be. We'll try to keep each one under an hour. But yeah, it's we're in it for the long haul with this one.
Yeah, Dan, you claim that you can beat this game in somewhere around 5 hours at your best. We'll see how close we get in the long run.
I'm going to predict right now it's not going to be anywhere near 5 because the time I did that was actually a couple years ago.
When you were on speed.
Yeah, I was on a lot of speed. It was a kind of a tough period of my life. But no, this has always been my favorite game of all time, and I've beat it probably 30 times or so. And I started talking to one of my friends in Kansas City who had similar feelings about the game, and we decided to have a little contest where we put 2 HD TVs back-to-back so we couldn't see each other.
Oh, nice.
And we sat down, we turned it on at the exact same time. We had people, like watching us. We were all drinking and ordered pizza, and it was just to see who could beat the game fastest.
Nice.
And I beat it in a little bit over 5 hours, and at that point, he was 2 dungeons into the Dark World when I beat it. So
oh, wow.
He still had like 5 or 6 dungeons to go.
Yeah, how many Dark World dungeons are there again?
There's 7 of just kind of the standard ones where you got to get a crystal in each one, and then there's the huge kind of hologram castle, and then it's not really a dungeon, but you fight. I don't think it's a big spoiler, but you fight Ganon at the end. But yeah, this is the first one here. It kind of throws you right into a dungeon type environment. This is Zelda's castle, and she's being held prisoner.
I remember being blown away by that rain the first time I played this game. It didn't look like anything. I was a Genesis kid, and it just didn't look quite like anything that I had seen.
Yeah, that was the most striking thing to me, too, is I got this game for Christmas, and I couldn't have popped it into my Super Nintendo fast enough. And it's one of the first things you see is that rain. And, it doesn't look that striking now or anything, but back then I had never seen anything like it on NES or even like the early Super Nintendo games like Mario World. Which, Mario World also had a similar effect. Like the first time you see that giant Bullet Bill.
Oh, yeah.
Yoshi, it looked great. Still does.
Yeah, I wasn't as fortunate enough to get to sit down with it on a Christmas morning or anything, but I had gotten teased with the game and gotten little sample bits of it in those hotels where you can rent games for like an hour, and I just kind of tried it out and fell in love with it. And I remember immediately going to a Target afterwards and spending my hard-earned $50 on one of those Super Nintendo bundles that came with it, and absolutely annihilated this game.
Do they still rent games in hotel rooms?
They do. I think they moved up to GameCube games now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, no.
In 2010?
It turns out that a lot of the choices that what the hotels think is a good GameCube title to rent isn't the best.
This always made me laugh when they're oblivious to you and you just tap.
Oh, man,
out.
It's like Metal Gear. I didn't even, I never picked up on that. Little tap-tap-a-roo.
These blue guys were always a little bit tougher.
You can't, so that they can block you with their shield a little bit or their sword, but
depending on the angle,
yeah,
they can block certain stuff. But I mean, you get them with a good pot to the head or something, and they're done for.
Yeah,
that was always great. Like I did earlier, just throwing a pot at the back of one of their heads and sending them off a cliff. They did a little Wile E. Coyote, like walking on air thing for a second.
Yeah, it reminds me of those dungeons later on where it's just you have to fall through floors and look at your map, and game gets really complicated.
Yeah, and there's certain holes where it's like you don't know if it's going to kill you or if it's going to send you onto a treasure chest.
This is rough. This guy.
This guy, it's a good thing we have these pots here because he is pretty weak against them. Yeah.
Nice. That is a big key. Get your priorities straight. You go to the treasure chest and don't even talk to her.
Got my 5 rupees.
Almost forgot about her.
See
Just
ya.
rush in there. I'll be taking this.
I hated that when I would accidentally hit not at all to Do You Understand, because then you just get the whole spiel.
Oh,
again.
yeah.
Remember, as like an 8-year-old playing this game too, I always thought it was really funny to make it look like he was kissing her.
Oh, yeah. It's amazing. Still hilarious.
So now we have to escape the castle.
Yeah, you end up emerging like behind some throne, I think. Yeah, this is that was another thing that blew me away. You finally see the overworld in its entirety.
Yep.
Yeah.
The overworld theme kind of kicks in.
Yeah, I remember this game definitely had it returned to like that classic overworld theme. I remember like all the other Zelda games almost, like they hint at the main theme of Zelda and then they go into like a different rendition of it and they'll have like the same melodies resurface in it, but this one is just straight up. But if they had just had the Dark World theme, I would have been happy. The music in the Dark World is awesome.
Oh yeah, we'll be getting to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ocarina had kind of a similar kind of tune in the in Hyrule Field, but it wasn't quite the same. I remember Majora just straight up had it. Like Majora had the overworld theme. I remember having a lot of fun just rolling around as a Goron in Majora's Mask.
Yeah.
Rolling through fields.
Yeah, maybe we can get to that one sometime. That'd be a tough one to do a super replay on, though.
Oh yeah,
That game was complicated.
really is. I actually haven't gone back to Majora since I played it originally.
It's a beast.
I'd be curious to do it. I mean, it's such an original game, and it was just such kind of like a ballsy move for the series.
Yeah, not a lot of Zelda games have tried taking risks like that.
Yeah, I mean, Ocarina, as amazing as it is, it's a pretty straightforward affair. It's actually kind of structured in a way like this one. Like this one, you get 3 dungeons in the Light World, you go to the Dark World.
Right.
In Ocarina, you do 3 as young Link, and then you go to a darker world where you're old Link.
Yeah.
Do a bunch more dungeons.
Oh, is this the sewer area?
Yes.
Oh,
Where
okay, I remember this.
I always wondered where this light was coming from with Link. Like, if this was a flashlight or if his shield
it's like
reflecting something.
It's like Deadly Premonition.
Yes, Link to the Past is like Deadly Premonition.
I'm gonna say it right now. He doesn't have the pocket light lantern that he needs. That is called a pocket lantern? Am I in the UK? All right.
Yep.
That's nice. It's real nice. They lit that place right up.
Yeah, I was so OCD about this game when I was a kid. I still am. Like, I almost always want my boomerang as my selected item, and the only time I don't is if I absolutely need something like a lantern or another item.
Yeah, and you don't want to waste your bow and arrow.
Yeah. I was super conservative about bombs and arrows. Like, I never used arrows as just a strictly offensive item unless it was one of those guys with the one eye that, like, you had to use it.
Right. Yeah, I was the same way. I also had to light every single lantern.
Oh, yeah.
But sometimes you'd get things for doing that, I remember. You get a little chest that would appear for lighting them all.
Yep. Usually there was like 4 in a pattern. Alright, getting close. This music's pretty sweet here, too.
Yeah, this game doesn't really screw up the music at all.
Ah,
Stupid mice. You're always fighting mice at the beginning of games like this.
mice and rats. Bats.
And bats. These games, despite how much I love them, I would always get infinitely frustrated when you were missing that one key.
Yeah.
And it happens at every point. There's always a point in any Zelda game where there's that one dungeon where it's like, I can never remember where this key is.
And it gets worse in the later ones where they're more complex and there's like 4 stories and things like that.
Yeah.
And, it's like you don't even know where in these like 80 rooms that key might be.
And how frustrating. I wish I was smarter when I was a kid, for a lot of reasons. But pertaining to Zelda, because like those little marks on the wall, like I should have made a note somewhere and then like, oh, obviously when I get bombs I can come back and do that. But how many stupid passageways did I miss just because I wasn't observant enough?
Yeah, this is one of the games where I went through and I had to get 100%. Like I got all the hard pieces, but definitely not the first, second, or even third times I played this game. Like it took a while to learn everything.
You're right.
It's one thing that I think the DS ones, the recent ones, have done really well. Is at any point you can pull down kind of an overlay and make notes on your map. So it's like right there, I could have made a little note with a stylus saying, "Oh, go here."
Yeah, that's smart.
Bomb here, and just so you see what happens here. If you pull this,
Snakes.
there's snakes or bombs. Snakes. All right.
I never got the bombs. I always only got snakes. I didn't know that.
In the Dark World, in the second dungeon, there's one that drops bombs.
Okay. Well, I got a little plot development here.
A little bit.
Dan, your name isn't as epic as Link's. I'm gonna go out and say it.
It's not. I
No.
should have just named him Link, I think.
Oh boy.
And then we'll get our first full heart piece in that chest right there.
What are we talking about here?
Evil taking over, save it.
Oh, weird.
Like princess, thanks.
You ever tried to go for a 3 heart only run?
I haven't done that. I was never one of those guys that did the playthroughs, like
The
you know,
handicap playthroughs, yeah.
yeah, like play through Symphony of the Night without leveling up.
Play Resident
I don't-
Evil with only a knife.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. Like I'll go through and totally beat it and like get all the achievements or get every item or every heart piece. But
Oh, you go for achievements? Weird.
yeah. I kind of like the achievement thing. Oh god, if they re-release this on something with achievements, Jesus Christ.
I've thought about that. The closest you're gonna get is probably 3D Dot Game Heroes.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Definitely looking forward to that. So I think, yeah, I need to go talk to, and I've never been able to pronounce his name. It's like Sahalarasara or something.
Shalashaska?
That would be Revolver Ocelot.
Lale Lule Lo?
Yeah, it's a different game.
Is it?
Yeah.
We already saw the similarity before.
Let's see, I gotta go find him.
The boring house.
There's a few people you gotta talk to. I think it marks it. Wait, I was just in there. Oh wait, I think, okay, that's right. I need to go down, and this dude's hanging out next to some chickens, and he'll tell me where
Chickens.
Sahalarasara is. This guy, can't catch him yet until I get the Pegasus boots.
What did you do to him? Why is he
He's skittish.
clearly? But not with that old lady. Just pink-haired dude's too radical for him. No, don't mess with the cuckoos. We know what happens.
I'll wait till I get a sword to adequately annoy them. So here's the first of the bottles you can get. The first of 4.
I didn't even know there's a back door there.
Yep, that's the bottle.
What?
Yep. And
Really?
then there's, I'm trying to think. There's one, you can pay a guy up here 100 rupees to get one. And then
So you could just start off with two empty bottles right out of the gate.
I think you can. One's under a bridge and you can't get it till later.
It'd be so nice. Bottles were like gold in these games.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to remember. I think the only other one I can get right now is the 100 rupee one. So I will get that later.
Would you play a remake of? It's hard to say that it wouldn't be the exact same game, but if they remade Ocarina like top down like this, would you play that game?
Oh, absolutely.
Like same layout, the dungeons are pretty much the same characters.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I would play the hell out of that.
And Ocarina is one of my all-time favorite games. I just don't know what it is that really struck me. I mean, maybe I was just younger when this one came out, and it really just hit me at the right age. I was like 8, and
Yeah.
I played a ton of NES games, before this came out. But I don't know, it was just the perfect age, and this was the perfect game for me. And,
Like Zelda, the first Zelda is awesome and everything, but this game is super polished
oh yeah,
in that, you have a map, which is a huge plus.
yeah.
You know where to go.
And the first one visually, it's got the nostalgia thing going for it, but it's big blocky pixels. It doesn't look great.
Right.
Whereas this game, I think the 16-bit era lends itself really well to aging well in terms of visuals.
I agree.
And I think this game looks gorgeous still.
Yeah, we were recently just talking about that, whether or not, kids that grew up with the N64 and the PlayStation, whether or not they're going to be able to look back on games like we do, the 16-bit era, and how well that'll age just on a technical standpoint,
Yeah,
It's such a shaky ground for 3D gaming, and
I really think you'll get the nostalgia thing. Like, when I put in the first Metal Gear Solid and I look at it, it's like, oh my god, that's right, this is what it looked like. But I don't think this looks good still.
Yeah.
This, like the past, I think looks good.
no one can say this looks like crap, like, oh, this
No.
is just an old, crappy game.
Yeah, it looks great. Whereas, you put in Metal Gear, it's pretty rough. I don't think Ocarina looks as rough. Ocarina looks alright. I mean, the textures are pretty basic and everything, but it looks alright.
So there's Shoshana.
That pronunciation is going to change every time we run into him. So, we get 1 heart here, I believe. Yep. Oh my god, I played this game too much. So we go to the first legit dungeon here. We're going to get the first of 3 pendants. I believe it was courage, power, and wisdom?
That's right.
Sound about right?
Yeah, Link always had courage, Zelda had wisdom, and then Ganon, being the greedy bastard he is, he went for power.
Yep. Which is, pretty much the basis of Ocarina as well.
Yeah, I don't know. they clearly define that in this one about them being tied to the specific characters. I think the first time I noticed it was Ocarina, but
Yeah, I don't think they really hit you over the head with it. in this
we'll
one.
see. You know, always confused me is like, why the hell in the first Zelda was the Triforce broken up into, was it 9 pieces?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, and then in Wind Waker, don't you have to collect like way too many pieces, and then because I remember at the end it just turns into that huge fetch quest. As much as I love Wind Waker, it was a fetch quest.
Yeah.
Like you had to get a bunch of map pieces and then take them all to Tingle and pay a bunch of money to decipher them, and then go dig up like 8 or 9 or something heart pieces out of the ocean.
Gotta collect something.
So yeah, I guess it gets occasionally shattered, and it's up to Link to go fix it.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, those are the guys you're talking about with the arrows.
Well, they're kind of modeled like this. Yeah, these guys are just statues, but the real ones look like it.
I hated these skeletons so
Oh
much.
yeah, they're a pain. Especially the ones where you kill them and then their heads fly off and start rotating. We'll run into those a little bit later.
Yeah, pots are just
Oh, yeah.
BFGs to them. Meow. Such good sound effects in this game.
Oh yeah. My favorite is when you kill a boss. It makes like and then it explodes into a bunch of fireworks.
It's exciting.
So yeah, each dungeon kind of follows the time-honored Zelda tradition of compass, map, boss key, which I guess the first one never really had that. First one, actually, did the first one even have boss keys? No. You'd get the dungeon item, the weapon, but
First game is so cryptic.
yeah.
I always remember that that little legend about with a microphone and the certain enemies that I think it's the bunny-eared guys that if you talk to your the Famicom came with a microphone and you'd talk and like yell at them and it would stun them.
Oh, because they had the big ears?
Yeah, and there was always it said that in the U.S. instruction book too, so it confused people.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah,
Totally forgot about
I
that.
love little myths like that. It's awesome.
I just realized I had an oversight back at the village. After I got that bottle, I should have talked to the sick kid and gotten his bug catching net because I could have caught some fairies. That kind of backed me up here with some health, but
Looks like you're just gonna have to go all natural here.
yep, just gonna have to wing it. I'll go back and grab it after this. After this, we go into the desert, so I'll swing by Kakariko Village.
Which is in every Zelda game.
Pretty much, or at least something definitely resembling it.
Yeah,
Now here's the definite arrow guys.
right.
Get too close, you're gonna stir them. Now these green ones, you can actually take them out with I believe one pot, but their eye has to be open. So you gotta kind of take them off here and then
Boom.
the eye.
Deal with it.
I always hated getting arrows before, or like getting anything before you could actually use
Yeah,
it.
what's the point?
Well, luckily I'll get the bow in this dungeon very soon, actually. So yeah, you kill all the enemies, these guys get active. Now these guys, actually, when you get the magic powder, you can sprinkle it on them and they will turn into fairies. Which
Oh,
helps.
really?
Oh yeah, that helps a lot in the later dungeons.
Those guys, they're sprinkled pretty liberally throughout some of the later ones.
Yeah. They're also a pain, though, because if they hit you, they're going to take life as well as magic.
Oh, I hate enemies like that.
Yep. Or ones that, turn you into a bunny or something useless.
Yeah. The eggplant wizards in Kid Icarus was among the worst, I think. But yeah, I can't think of one in Zelda that really took the cake as far as besides the likes with the shield stealing. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I think I was more annoyed with Redeads.
There's actually one enemy that I think only shows up in one place here. It's on top of the Ice Palace, and he's like. Oh, jeez. Where he's just got a long tongue, and he looks like a flower, and he'll just eat your shield right off you. Don't think I need the lanterns here. I could have fallen into the pots back there to get some fairies, but obviously without the bug catching net, it doesn't really matter. Switches. Where is it? There it is. Do you know the trick to get double magic in this game?
Double magic? No,
Yep.
I don't know anything about it.
There's a hidden place what we get into later where if you sprinkle magic powder on him, and this angry electric bat creature comes out and yells at you and says he's going to punish you by making you half as powerful with magic, but he actually makes it so everything takes up half as much magic. So it actually benefits you. I remember just freaking out the first time I played it and thought I'd screwed myself over permanently.
Huh.
And then my dad and I kind of figured out what was going on.
Interesting.
Yep. So these guys here, I don't think pots hurt them at all, and I know it takes 2 arrows. Yeah, 2 arrows, one after the other.
Nice.
This boss fight coming up is really cool. It's not difficult, but it's a lot of fun.
Ooh, that was a nice spin move there, Dan.
Yeah. Rattle 2 off here. For him to chill out.
I think this is the first game that had the spin move.
It was.
Yeah.
Yep. And this struck me too, because like, these guys looked so huge back then. Like, back in '91, you know, you never saw enemies this big.
Yeah, hit him right in his shield.
Yeah, these guys are actually pretty crazy. Until the last one gets a little ticked off.
He changes colors, right?
Turns red.
Yeah, you gotta
and
change colors.
You gotta do some evasive work on him.
God, that's a good sound.
Yeah. He gets
I want to
mad.
make that sound when I die. I think we can arrange that.
There we go.
Nice.
Piece and pendant.
Oh, it's so satisfying getting more life. Very little equates to that.
Yep. So this is the pendant of, I'm just going to guess courage. I don't know. You'll have to forgive me, viewers, for kind of blowing through the plot, but considering we're going to play the whole game.
We're not playing a huge RPG here.
Yeah. So we will go over here and get the item that far and away I used more than anything else in this game. Way more than boomerang, bow and arrow, anything. It is the Pegasus boots.
Oh, yeah.
Which, oh my god, they're great.
Just cruise around with those things.
Yep.
Kind of like the dash in Symphony. It's just like,
Yep.
wasn't really meant to be used for movement like that, but why not?
Yep. And so this is kind of a permanent item. You don't need to equip it or anything. You just always have this thing. If you hold in A, actually, you get kind of this little Looney Tunes dust under his feet. Hold it in for a couple seconds, and he charges. And with these really weakened walls that have kind of a circle around them, you can actually bust them completely. And I think there's a lot of rupees in here. Bombs, apparently.
Roofies?
Yeah, there's rupees. It's kind of a weird plot twist.
Yeah, seems like an odd choice.
Yeah.
Kind of an adult.
Yep. Well, this is the later one. This is the $1 million edition where they replaced it with rupees, which were a currency.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That
it's
makes
like when they
more
replaced
sense.
Tyson with Mr. Dream.
Oh,
Punch Out.
okay, I
Kind of the
see.
same thing, yeah. So now you can get around so much better. And these guys were always prone to give you some serious
No,
rupees.
those aren't Octoroks, are they? Are they Octoroks?
Octoroks, I think, are always the water-based ones.
Yeah, they look like land-based octopi.
There's a fairy over here. I'm going to be OCD and make sure my health is full, even though I'm only missing half.
Half of one.
Yep.
Yep.
But now we're good. And I don't even have the Master Sword yet, so that won't even let me do laser swords or anything, but oh well.
That's right, the laser swords do make a return here.
Yep, except for it's kind of like a twirly thing. It doesn't
Yeah.
look like it did in the first one. We'll do
I can't remember the sound it makes, because the sound that the laser makes in the first Zelda is just amazing.
It's a little less pronounced than this one.
When did they start moving away from the laser swords? Was it Link's Awakening? Did that?
I think once it went to 3D, that kind of made it a little more difficult.
Right.
I think, didn't Fierce Deity Link and Majora, couldn't he do
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, that was his whole thing.
Yeah. So now, and again, you'll have to excuse me for just avoiding enemies, but there's really no reason to take them on.
It's true.
And I don't know if the viewers are going to sit through 16 hours of Link to the Past, but I guess we'll find out.
Right.
So we go here to the library.
Oh, you knocked the book right off the shelf. I remember
Yep.
this.
Yeah, a little obvious which one you're going for here. Get that, and I'm going to take a little detour before the desert temple so I can get that bug catching net.
No, what is that book all about again?
That's the Book of Mudora, and so basically anytime there's text you can't read, like ancient text or something, you just hold that up and Link very quickly translates it using the book.
He's a scholar.
You can see the grass is all grown here because he's sick and he's been in bed for a while.
Oh, I never noticed that little...
Oh wait, is he not there yet? Oh no, okay, maybe I'm wrong. I'm totally wrong. Apparently it's just some weird, like, Ted Kaczynski Unabomber type guy in here. Never leaves his house. And it already grew back.
Yeah, I had never thought about that being the reason that his house was overgrown or his yard was overgrown.
Probably because the sick kid's in here.
Yeah.
I'm just totally wrong about that.
Maybe.
So, he's going to give me that. And I love how so many houses in this game just have the same painting up here of just some weird smiling face.
It's Mario, dude.
Is it? Oh my god, if I've gone 25 years without realizing...
Come on.
That's Mario.
He's got an M on his head.
I didn't even... Okay, now let's talk about this. I thought the mustache was just a big smiley mouth. And it looks like an H to me on his head.
No, dude, that's totally
That's
Super Mario.
clearly
Super
Mario.
Yeah.
Wow.
Also a Nintendo game.
I've played those games. Okay.
Get that guy.
I'm gonna try it. It's still kind of tough.
Son of a...
Because he's gonna block the run, and then you gotta start it again. Oh, got him.
Wow.
Yep.
Nice work.
What's he give me? Oh, yeah, he just tells you that you can bash into things. Thanks.
Wow. It's
But-
hard. It's easier just to realize that you can
Yeah.
dash into things. Oh, I love doing that. I wish I could mow the lawn like that.
Then you got... This is a pretty effective way.
Boosh.
Now, I don't remember if this is at the point... I'll test it here in a second after I buy this,
This is a
bottle. But at some point, everyone thinks that you kidnapped the princess. And if you talk to them, they freak out, run inside their houses, and a bunch of guards with spears come up. So let's see if she freaks out. Yep. So, plays the scary music. Spear guy comes out. Which you don't see Spear guy too often in this game.
No.
He's pretty stupid, though. I'm just kind of walking casually away from him. And then you can bash into these, and sometimes it's nice stuff. It's hearts or apples or, good things. And sometimes it's a bunch of bees.
Yeah, which is, that's realistic. Can't
But-
just go running around into trees.
But you can't. You can catch some of the bees, and they will fight for you. You can keep them in a bottle, and you can release them, and they'll just go around stinging all the guys on the map.
Nice.
There's one that consistently does it, that you can get in the desert. The other ones, they might sting you, they might sting the bad guys.
Huh. I didn't realize there were so many variables with some of the elements in this game. This game's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
deep. And I played it, a few times, and I didn't notice these little things.
Yep. Here's an obstacle course. You have 15 seconds to get to the end to get a heart piece. And I don't know if I remember the path. Oh, crap. That might have been bad. You go here, and when you see those two little marks, that means you can jump over. Talk to this fella. 8 seconds.
Nice work.
Grab that. Now we're going to head to the desert temple.
Does this music from this village music, is this an ocarina also?
It sounds really
I think
familiar.
it might be. Oh, we'll have to see.
I think at this point it's like we've played so many Zelda games
Yeah.
that it all kind of like, even like the huge ones like this in Ocarina, it's kind of easy to get little things like the music confused.
Yeah.
Unless it's like Song of Storms, it's like, oh, that's Ocarina.
Right.
That's Windmill Guy.
I got bombs now. That's cool.
Won't really need to use them quite yet. And then up here is where you will end up getting the flute. It's actually the ocarina. So this guy plays his flute and disappears. And then later on, you get the shovel, and
You get disheveled?
you get disheveled. Yeah, his hair gets mussed up. But yeah, it's right under here is where you can dig up the flute. But I'll need to get the shovel before I can do that. And unfortunately, when you get the shovel, you actually can't use it anymore. It gets replaced by the flute. So I didn't like that because you could actually use the shovel to dig up like anywhere here. I could just dig, and sometimes you'd find rupees or
Yeah.
hearts or whatever, and it was kind of fun to have that. And yeah, they kind of take that away from you.
You need the hero's glove there, right? Is that what it was
Oh
called?
yeah, we are going to get that at the desert temple by going through here.
Is that the next temple?
Yes, the desert, and then we will go to the mountain,
Nice.
and then the Lost Woods to get the Master Sword.
And then is it pretty much Dark World after that?
I mean, you go back and forth between the
Right.
two worlds quite a bit, but yeah, I mean, the bulk of your time is going to be. By the way, this bird is a jerk. I hate this bird.
Rarely are birds in games that nice. They're
Yeah.
usually jerks.
Yeah, just look at that guy.
Ugh, he's got the wrong colored beak and just beady eyes. I don't like him.
So here, I don't think I can do it until I go to the Dark World, but you can drain the water. Again, one of these just drops horrible things on your head, and one of them, benefits you.
Nice.
But yeah, it drains the water, and then there might be a heart piece out here now, or I might have to go to the Dark World. No, that's right. If you go to the Dark World, there's fish flopping around. Like, yeah, here.
Okay.
And you can carry this fish back to the village and sell it to a guy for a whole bunch.
Nice.
And actually, this bunny here does something if you can catch him. I think you get a bunch of rupees or something. I just threw a fish at him.
Oh boy!
I almost cussed there. Would have had to bleep. Oh, this poor fish. Why did the bird go eat the fish? An easier prey than
Come
me.
on.
You got this guy here who you gotta carry him to a place, I think in the Dark World, and that's how you get a bottle.
Sure.
That's the third bottle. Oh yeah, the sign tells you something. Let's see what the sign says. Pay no attention to the average middle-aged man standing by the sign. Apparently he's always standing by the sign.
Also, he's sitting.
Leave him alone. Yeah, how do you... We'll get to that. I definitely want to get all the bottles. I think you gotta bring some sort of message to him, or bring... Oh no, you gotta
Message
bring
in a bottle?
a treasure chest to him, and I think he unlocks it for you.
Okay.
Yeah, you get a treasure chest in the Dark World in Kakariko Village.
Why'd you ever think of that?
Yeah, I mean, this game was so great for experimenting, and obviously back then, like, I didn't have the internet, and it was so much fun to you would see something like that and know you could do something with it,
Yeah.
but just trying anything you could think of.
And then when it would work, you just get that hallelujah moment.
Oh yeah. As much as I love achievements and stuff like that, I can't hold up to the first time playing this.
Yeah.
So this thing, if I read it normally, it's just that crap. Wait, is that just like two symbols?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like
no,
an
there's like
ankh
three.
and
Like a snake
some
thing.
squigglies, some bacon.
Hold this up though, and apparently it's pretty complex language. Get this cool little music cue.
They're just like praying
Yep. And then
praying for freetranslation.com or Babelfish.
these weird little turtle shell things move around.
Why not?
And these vultures, they always scared me. I was always just frantically trying to run away from them until I realized they're just not going to hit you.
No.
Just stand there.
You wait until you die.
Oh, that's what vultures do.
Yeah, that's the
You're
thing.
teaching me some things.
That's a thing that vultures do, Dan, in real life.
I never realized that was Mario of Super Mario fame, and I didn't realize vultures were doing what they're supposed to do. These things are jerks.
Oh,
I always thought they
those.
looked like fire hydrants or something.
Huh.
But yeah, they're huge jerks.
Yeah, I remember those from, they're also in Ocarina.
Yes, they are.
They're jerks.
Also scary in that.
Also a Sarlacc. It was just a Sarlacc that you fought.
Yeah, that's pretty much what that is. You blew my mind with that Mario thing. I'm still reeling from that revelation that all the time I've played this game, I've been looking at Mario.
We'll have to see who else didn't know about that.
Yeah, I'll have to bring it up when I have other guests. Also with Super Replay here, like I said, we're going to keep each one to like under an hour. I'm just going to have kind of a revolving door of guests. Don't know how long it's going to take. We may see Tim back. We may not. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, obviously, like in Ocarina, it was pretty obvious that Yoshi and Mario and those guys were there in the courtyard of the castle in those paintings. But
What? You see, I didn't know that.
oh, you didn't know that?
No.
It's in the courtyard when you go to meet Princess Zelda as young Link. You can look in the windows, and there's definitely Mario, definitely like Yoshi, I think Bowser maybe.
Cool. Yeah, I know for sure that, like, I understand that Lamon Ranch, the guys working there are Mario and Luigi, pretty much.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I never put that together.
Okay, so you just saw me catch a couple fairies here, and that's where the bug catching net comes in handy. Like in Ocarina, the 3D ones, you actually just had to take the bottle and scoop it up. Here it kind of adds the middleman of the bug catching net.
Right.
But it's not too much of a hassle. And yeah, same thing. If I die, it revives you. It was the first time in the series that little mechanic came into play.
Yeah.
So, let's see. So we have... Oh, there we go. There's a key in there. Got some fairies. Got a heart piece down there. That's an optional one I went and grabbed. And if I remember right, I don't think I can do this yet. I think there's a switch. If I get this right the first time. Look at that.
Wow. Jesus.
That's right, I need to get the big key. I knew I wasn't ready to come here yet. I pretty much impressed myself with that there, Tim.
All right. Let's see if there's more of that to come.
Yeah, I doubt I'll be repeating my 5-hour run-through. I'd be surprised if we did this significantly under 10 segments, but oh well.
Yeah, you're not running on pizza and competition, so...
Yeah. I don't know, there was a lot of beer involved last time, so maybe me being sober this time will help my time.
We'll see.
Compass. I think he just killed these two guys. That opens up.
Nice.
And then Gauntlet of Cannonballs.
Why not?
Sprint. Yep. Oh, always good. And we got the big key. This is actually a really short dungeon.
Yeah, if you know where everything is. You know, this probably took me like a good hour in itself to beat.
Yeah, as a kid, first time playing through this, I mean, again, being 8, I was no genius at the time, but it took me, I think, the better part of a year to beat this game. I mean, there were parts that I just could not beat.
Right.
I remember after getting all 7 of the crystals and going up to that hologram castle, it gets really tough. There's this one room where the floor drops out from you, and I just could not light the torches or whatever fast enough as a kid.
Yeah.
And looking at it now, I mean, it's not nearly as hard as I remember it, but
Power glove.
gave 8-year-old Dan some trouble.
It's just straight up called the power glove.
Yep.
I like that.
Again, I never made that connection.
Until just now?
Nope.
Come on. Do I have to sit with you with every game that you play to
think
make
so.
sure that like the subtleties aren't lost? Every review, like, no, this is a Mario game, Dan. It's not just about a plumber. This is Mario game.
Oh, I forgot. This is just a nonsense room. This gives you nothing, if I remember right, and it locks you in. It's like, hey, screw you. You got to beat these guys now.
Well, that was a pretty big groupie, I guess. Yeah, that was pretty.
I got some rubies. Yeah.
It's pretty BS.
Yes, that'll be your new job title here at Game Informer. You'll be my assistant for when I review things.
Dan
Just
Informer.
Point out to point out incredibly obvious things to me. Well, yeah, Dan, this new Super Mario Brothers Wii, this is actually a continuation. Remember that one you played as a kid? This is one of those too.
This is also a Mario game. Spit you right out. Looks like a guy with his tongue.
Wait, I'm not supposed to be here yet. That'll throw me out.
Yeah, you gotta fight a boss usually.
Well, yeah, but there's... Okay, I think I know. I need to go back to where I got that heart piece, which is on the other side here. We'll avoid this laser fire hydrant thing.
Did you ever play Four Swords?
I did. I was actually kind of ticked about that game because I loved the idea of it so much. Just, top-down, 4-player Zelda sounds awesome. Like, I would have loved that. But to require that much of your friends to be like, all right, you got to buy the game, and you got to have a Game Boy Advance, and get the cable, and it's like... I played 2-player with my friend for a while, and that was a lot of fun. But
you feel like you're missing out because you're not doing the 4-player thing.
Yeah, exactly. And I remember a good chunk of the time was just us throwing each other into lava pits over and over again, or throwing bombs at each other's heads, which was great.
If you can do it, you're gonna do it.
Yeah, and you'd make that truce, and that would last like half a dungeon, and then you'd just be thrown right off the cliff. There we go. So now, one of these rooms.
Yeah, that one was one game that blew my mind. Like when the Game Boy Advance was still really big, and they just were porting all these awesome Super Nintendo games, and this was one of them. And I didn't even really play around with Four Swords much. I just played Link to the Past on my Game Boy. I'm like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Be cool if that made a pattern or something, like a significant one.
I think it makes it's kind of like a rudimentary skull and crossbones sometimes.
Is it?
I think it eventually does, yeah. Yep, that's going to be it. Alright, making pretty good time. Almost done with the second dungeon.
Is this boss harder than the first one? Isn't this a giant sandworm thing?
It is. It's actually 3 giant sandworms. It's tougher, but you just kind of got to charge your sword and recognize when they're about to burst out of the ground. I don't know if I actually have to light the torches. Yeah, I think you do. Oh, these stupid fire hydrants are screwing with it. Wait, maybe actually no. Yep, there it is. Screw you guys. I'm not lighting anything.
Nice.
Although I will have to light 4 here to extend the room to give me access to the boss door.
Extend the room?
Yeah, it actually just pushes the wall to the left for a while.
Huh.
These are always kind of annoying because, I mean, it's pretty easy just to kind of juke and jive these things.
But you gotta go through the whole thing.
Yeah, you just gotta wait for all these panels to go up. Oh wait, screw that. Never mind.
Okay. Well, at least you humored them for a while.
Yeah. Alright, buddy, you are getting 2 arrows to your pupil. And then we light these. Oh, that sound too.
Oh yeah, I remember this. This takes altogether too long.
I think this was actually a boss fight too that kind of got repeated. I don't remember if it was Twilight Princess or Majora. Might have been Majora, which is a huge sandworm.
Okay.
I think it was actually Majora. Alright, so basically you charge your sword, and then... Oh yeah, but the thing is, when those things burst, it sends these rocks out diagonally, so you gotta be mindful of those.
Well, it kind of pushes you out, away from them.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yep. I love this one. You get to hear that awesome sound effect 3 times.
I think I use my bombs a lot on these guys.
You did?
I just plant them, so when they come out of the ground, they'd be blowing up. Just
I never tried that. Let's
give
try
it a
out.
shot. Because I mean, usually it kind of telegraphs what you should be doing with bosses.
Yeah, I guess
And their bombs are super strong.
Let me go with this. Got some fairies. I'm not sweating this one. Ah.
So fairies would bring you back to life if you died with one of them?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
handy.
Yep. Okay, these guys have got to be...
I guess if you knew where all the fairies were and knew that little trick about the dust, that you'd never really have to even deal with red potions.
Oh, I never did red potions in this game.
I always did. That was where all my rupees went.
Oh no. The only thing I really used rupees on was like the huge stuff like Zora's Flippers. You needed like 500. Like I rarely bought stuff.
Yeah.
Unless like a stupid like stole my shield or something. I hope I can beat this without using one of those fairies. I'm kind of on the ropes right now.
We'll see. So far, it seems like it's pretty good. You got the one guy you have to deal with. You don't have to deal with the other third one. Nope.
All right.
Another one down.
This fella. Boom. Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Down to the wire.
I think you got it.
Yeah. Ha!
Oh,
Got him.
amazing. Boom.
Another. Just burning through the light world here. So now it's Death Mountain that we have to go to. I don't know if the light world incarnation is known as Death Mountain. Maybe that's just the dark one.
Oh, that's a good question.
I'm not sure.
I guess we'll have to see. Probably not called Life Mountain.
No, it's not that.
That'd be a dumb name.
So now we have the Power Glove, which allows me to pick up the lighter colored blocks here that always look like 8 balls to me.
Oh, they do have an 8 on them.
Yeah. So we'll make our way through here. Avoid these terrifying sand people. Oh, that's great. I can avoid all the moving enemies, but I run into
ask if those things hurt you or not.
Yeah, I run right into a stationary cactus. There's either a bunch of rupees or a heart piece that you can get here. Maybe I can't get it yet. And guess what? I bet I can bomb this wall down here. That's a little subtle one.
Yeah. Is this also if you tap your sword on the wall, it'll make a different sound?
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We'll do that. Heart piece.
Man, did you get your first nice?
Awesome.
I rarely would get those to like at least like a fourth of the way through the game. Or...
Oh yeah. So let's start making our way towards Death Mountain.
All right.
And if I remember, I don't think there's really anything in the middle you need to do. Like we had to get the book to get here. It's a little bit of a trial getting up the mountain itself. You got to go through the caves with this tour guide guy, but I guess I could just not talk about it and show you here in about 5 minutes.
What are those things in the ground?
Those are like landmines.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's a fairy in there, but I have full health.
Now you do. Oh, you almost.
Well, this guy's gonna go nuts and give me a bunch of rupees once I do that.
What?
But I really want to throw this rock right at that stupid bird's face.
This doesn't make any sense.
And I think there's a bunch of rupees you can get here.
Oh,
Yeah, there's a thief down here from the Lost Woods. And you'll just have to excuse me real quick because I'll do 3 trips down here to save ourselves some time later because I'm gonna need a bunch of rupees to get the Zora's Flippers coming up not too far from now. So let me go ahead and stock up.
Seems like a good place to get cash.
It is, yeah. I mean, because what, you got 20 right there, 15 and 15. Yeah. You get...
He's so good about it too. He just kind of watches you, just like what the heck?
Yeah. He's a thief too. You'd think he'd be a little more territorial about his findings.
Maybe he believes in karma.
Well, and he must be like restocking it each time because every time I pick one of these pots up,
Got all these new pots and put 1 rupee in each of them, and this guy just comes in time after time. What does he have to say?
Actually, that's an excuse for me to go down and get more rupees, so we'll go see. I'll go talk to this guy. Looks kind of like a kind of Michael Bolton type guy here. Check out the cave east of Lake Hylia. Okay, that's where you get the ice rod and the good bee.
Why is he giving you tips after all this?
Really kindly thief here.
Oh well. See you soon.
We probably have time to make a trip over to Lake Hylia and get the ice rod. We'll do that on our way to Death Mountain, even though it's completely not Death Mountain. And yeah, you can pull up this map, which just looked awesome back then.
Yeah,
I love
so
that.
handy.
Yeah, and you can hit it again. Yeah, very clear where you need to go. So we're going to head east, like that nice thief man told us to do.
You always trust a thief.
And then over here, there's actually an enemy that... And the other thing I liked about this is, like, there were certain enemies that you would just see once. Like, they weren't just an enemy type. They were
Yeah.
just in one weird place.
It's kind of one-offs.
Yeah. We'll see him coming up here. He's this big, like, balloon-looking red guy that blows up into a bunch of bugs. I don't remember what's in here. I kind of remember this being a disappointing cave. Oh, boy.
The Cave of Disappointment.
Oh, yeah. This is always a pain, too.
I never liked those guys.
Yeah. God, there's no way of predicting their movements. Although I do love the boss. It's actually the next boss I'll run into.
Oh,
it's a huge one of these.
Yeah. Is he split off into little ones?
No, it's just one, and you have to hit his tail. And oh man, it's so hard sometimes because it's just surrounded by places where you can fall.
Yeah.
And you have to go back up and start the fight again.
Yeah, I always thought that was an interesting mechanic. Like, usually the only result of any boss fight when you're playing games is that you either win or you die, not like just have to start all the way over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoa. All right, never mind. That wasn't disappointing at all.
Yeah, no, he gave you a bunch of cash.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, dude.
Pretty much best cave ever, so...
Race of Michael Bolton's is very generous. So, we are going to head...
He needs to wash his hair, though. It's looking a little dingy.
Oh, the Gumbies. Okay. I hate the Gumbies. If you hit them with pretty much anything but a bow and arrow, or like any melee thing, they're going to shock you.
Those guys didn't like make a reappearance until Wind Waker. Remember they played a pretty big part in Wind Waker, and you'd collect them and stuff? They dropped like the little gems.
Yeah, they weren't quite as cartoonish looking as they are here. One thing I love is we're going to get the magic powder here soon, and you sprinkle them with it, and they get these weird, like, Groucho Marx glasses, and they get this little frowny face and look just kind of like a cartoon.
Oh, that's the guy that you're talking about that you don't see again?
Yep. And those guys just disappear. Those guys suck. Didn't even hit.
Way to not even exist. Step one to being a good bad guy, exist.
God, look at the, we're doing pretty good on the rupee factory.
Yeah, no kidding. I maybe had that many at like the halfway mark.
Yeah, we're doing nice.
Those stumps remind me of the Minish Cap.
Yeah, because you can get tiny, couldn't you? And then like get in them or something.
You could get in them.
Minish Cap was fun. It was kind of a throwback to this.
Mm-hmm.
God, these Michael Boltons. Jesus. There aren't a lot of rupees by talking to you guys. Jesus. So we'll go in here, we'll get the ice rod, and just for fun, we'll grab the good bee. Well, we'll try to utilize them somewhere. I'll sacrifice a fairy for the good bee.
It's an interesting sentence.
Yeah, something you don't normally say.
Oh, this music's great.
Oh, yeah. Ice rod. That thing.
Sounds like a bad rapper name.
Ice rod. He just does a bunch of like kids movies and stuff now, though. He used to be pretty hardcore.
Sounds about right.
So, see, that one's not like super weak, so you actually have to bomb that. Go up here.
And you always got to sprint through the door. Those are the rules.
So, if I remember right, first of all, I'm going to have to just get rid of one of these fairies if I want to do this. I'm going to get the net out, and I think you just pull on this. No? Did you just slam it? There it is. See, he's sparkly. That's how you know he's... No!
Oh.
Wait, how do I set it free? Okay, got it.
Nice. So he helps you out, huh?
Yep, that's the sparkly good bee.
Why would you ever think to ram that thing, Dan?
I don't know. I think that was pretty much my solution to anything I saw in this game.
Why not?
Sprint full speed into it and see what happens. So we'll test out the good bee here. See, even says so there.
Okay.
So we let him go, and he's just going to go nuts.
Yeah, tear it apart, good bee.
Just chasing him. It's great. And he will never sting. Oh, get that. Yeah. All right. Get this guy. Oh, man. This guy's awesome.
He does pretty good damage.
Yeah. He's nice.
For a sparkly bee. And you can just take him back?
Take him right back.
That's awesome.
Yep.
It's like a Pokemon. Good bee wouldn't be a very good name for a Pokemon.
Or a rapper.
No. Maybe honey. A brand of honey.
Maybe. Alright, so now we are heading up north. Oh god, these Pegasus dudes. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's been, what, 19 years since this game came out, and I still just, thank you so
Those
much
things
for
are
putting this in
satisfying.
here. We're going to move this way. Well, we're going to blow through a good chunk of the entire light world in this first Super Replay segment.
Yeah, let's see if you can keep up this pace throughout, huh?
Yeah. I think I'll be able to get us to Death Mountain in this segment. We will probably hold off on actually really starting it until the next one. Yeah, things got a little confusing getting up there. I think I need to go this way.
Yeah, the mountains in these games always end up presenting some sort of challenge.
Yep. Oh man. Just taunting me with that. I can get rid of this bee. I'm gonna just stick with the bee.
We'll see how that pans out.
Once I get the Zora's flippers, I can get the fourth bottle. I should not have gone there. You idiot. You're bad at your job.
Just looks around, just like, what do I do?
Throw a shrub at him.
I'm stuck in these shrubs.
It's elite soldier guarding the kingdom. God, you guys suck.
Another little sound like, and then they just start chasing you.
One thing, I don't know how well known this is, but this bug catching net has a second function. When you fight the wizard Aghanim, he's pretty much like the main boss of the light world. The way you got to kill him is, kind of that now classic Zelda thing where you got to bat his magic back at him, and
Backgammon.
Yes, and you can use the sword. Obviously, that's what you're supposed to do, or you can actually use the bug catching net to launch his magic back at him.
Really? Does it have like a better range or something, or is there any sort of...
There's no benefit to it. It's just kind of bragging rights, I guess. But it does this weird circular thing, so you don't really aim as well. That building's the fortune teller. They're pretty much a waste. I mean, if you've played the game before.
How'd you find out that you could use your bug catching net on him? Is it just trial, or did you hear about it?
At some point, I got the strategy guide for this, like a year after I got the game. It was the next Christmas I got the strategy guide, and that's when I really went nuts, getting all the secrets and everything.
Right.
First time, it's just like, I just want to beat this game.
Right.
Oh, that's a bunch of bees.
Yeah,
Slow
bad
down.
tree to hit.
And these guys always look like complete idiots to me. Look at their faces.
Yeah, those are their mouths. Those aren't mustaches.
Yep.
I think I thought those were mustaches, mouths and mustaches. I'll write up a pamphlet for you to keep with you.
Next time.
It'll be called Mouths and Mustaches and Knowing the Difference.
Well, I got an app on my iPhone that tells
Oh.
me. Yeah, I just take a picture of it and
The
it tells
M&M.
me. Yeah,
Okay.
it tells me. So we'll go this way. See the bats, ignore them. This way. This guy.
Just helping out an old man.
Yep. He is going to give me a pretty important item too coming up. With a couple different uses. Let's see. Turn right here. Yeah, he's the grandfather of one of the kidnapped maidens.
Just like any old man, he won't shut up.
Yep. Alright, we'll take him to his little place here. These guys suck too, because you can't kill them. They just turn into these stupid rocks.
Yeah.
And they come back to life. And you've got these, as a kid also, I thought it was funny because I thought those boulders looked like boogers.
Huh.
So I called it Booger Mountain when I was a kid.
Yeah, that's a creative name.
Yeah,
I remember just being confused why you could see the stars.
Oh, looking down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's not where they keep the sky. They usually keep that up. Like up above
Yeah.
in the sky.
So that guy, anytime you're hurt, you can go in and he will heal you. If I remember right, I think there's a heart piece in here. I guess we'll find out. I was way off about that cave back there that I thought was going to be disappointing, and then it gave me like 800 rupees.
Yeah, this chest could be filled with bees. Who knows?
Nope, that's the wrong button.
Maybe
Maybe I should just go up the mountain. Yeah, I'm actually kind of lost in this one. I don't think I went to this one too much. I've got my magic flashlight again, hopefully.
Well, that heart piece will be there later.
Oh, so basically it just gets you up the mountain easier, so it wasn't all for naught. So this will take you back to Kakariko Village if you take that. Or you can go up here.
Are you really climbing it faster?
Yeah, well, maybe. I always thought that was really
Yeah,
cool.
that's
Down.
great.
That's awesome.
Trees look exactly the same as they do down there, yeah.
Yep. And then, yeah, you can jump down there. There's some hidden stuff there. I'm not going to do a lot of that stuff just for the sake of time. But here is our first entrance into the Dark World. And you'll see that if you do not have the Moon Pearl, I turn into this. And you can't do a thing as this. And there's this jerk over here punting a little ball guy. But thankfully, the mirror that guy gave me allows me to go back to the light world at will. You can't go back and forth, unless you do something stupid like that. It's just for taking you from the Dark World to the light world. It can also take you back to the beginning of dungeons, like if you're just lost and you want to start over, you can do that. But yeah, it does leave a little portal behind. Like, so I go here, and this... Oh my god.
You suck at this.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, boy.
Well, that portal's going to be useless, because I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to get back in there, but that's fine, because this is the next dungeon. Actually... Oh wait, I need a Master Sword before I do that. Get away from me, Groundhog. Alright. So this is the third pendant. Basically, we get this one, and then after that,
the
get the
switchy
Master
things.
Sword, and it's a bunch of serious stuff happens after this dungeon. But that'll be the end of this first segment of Super Replay for Link to the Past. I hope you enjoyed it. Tim, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, thanks
And,
for watching.
Yep, and keep an eye on the next segment where we will do this dungeon, and we'll probably get through the whole light world next time. So, thanks for watching.
Bye.